Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street. Look for the giant mural.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Hey there, business owners. Do you feel lost in a sea of numbers, struggling to navigate your day-to-day accounting? At Lighthouse CPAs, they specialize in guiding businesses to make more money and keep more of what you make. From bookkeeping to tax planning, they've got you covered. Plus, with their user-friendly software, managing your finances has never been easier. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Call Lighthouse CPAs 850-785-5254.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but new Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with new Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now, we're taking...
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got to bat. The Inside Drive. From college to the pros, interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And good Thursday morning. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City Beach, and the surrounding areas, 101.9 in Port St. Joe along the Forgotten Coast. You can watch, listen, interact, do whatever you want to a certain degree. Facebook, X, and YouTube. Just search ESPN Northwest Florida. Download our free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. That one you do need to search 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You can always visit ESPNPC.com. Click Listen Live. What was that, Jay? Was that your tummy?
I don't know.
That was me pulling up the Facebook feed over here and having YouTube and Facebook playing at the same time.
I thought it was Jay's stomach.
I had some food this morning.
Talk about a rumble in your tummy, huh? When you get hungry, it's like, all right, Jay, now it's time to eat.
That's like the Ghostbusters demon. You remember that one?
No, I don't.
I don't know why that just popped into my head.
There's a new Ghostbusters.
There is.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
I fell asleep to it the other day.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Uh-huh.
I've been to a movie theater in I think I've been like once, maybe twice in the last 5 years.
Same.
And it's typically a movie that the kids want to see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last time that I went to the movie theaters right now. It's over a decade. Easy.
Yeah.
Well, I was flipping through the other day thinking I was going to go to one, and I couldn't find a storyline that actually even, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, the storylines are terrible these days.
It's kind of on repeat, and then they bring back a movie from 30 years ago, and some of them are good, and some of them aren't.
Right.
But there's another one coming out. We'll talk about that in the Afternoon Delight debrief segment. But it is Thursday. We got a great jam-packed show lined up for y'all today. Joining us at 11:20 will be Mike Bagley with the Motor Racing Network. The All-Star Race is this weekend. I'm excited to listen to Jay run an entire segment without me saying a word. Mike is a multi-talented utility player for Motor Racing Network. He has been a turn-by-turn announcer, a co-anchor in the broadcast booth, and is the current host of MRN's long-running NASCAR Live program, MRN's weekly podcast, NASCAR Live Wide Open, and NASCAR Live Race Day, MRN's pre-race show before every NASCAR Cup Series race broadcast. I know that's your wheelhouse, Jay Henley, so I'm going to step back. I know when I'm not in a kind of expertise or can even pull anything together. I mean, if anybody's expert, it's you and David, that's for sure.
Well, it looks like Mike's born in Salisbury, Maryland. Salisbury?
Expert, look at him go.
Home of the Salisbury steak.
Is it?
I'm going to go with it.
Salisbury.
Sounds like the right thing.
Yep. Kind of like Roxbury.
When's the last time you had a Salisbury steak?
Ooh, it's been a while.
Before or after David went to a movie at a theater?
Yeah, that'd be before.
For me. Definitely.
It was like, I had one last night.
not last night. It's probably been about like 3, 4, 5 months.
There you go. There you go. Good stuff.
What makes it a Salisbury steak? Just the gravy, I guess, or whatever? Like, there's got to be
guy who made it his last name.
Ask Mike.
Right.
See, you've already got one question. I know you didn't do any homework, but the first question, and what you should just talk about it the entire segment, is the origin of the Salisbury steak.
All right. Done. I got
take a left turn here, and we're not talking NASCAR. We're talking steak, baby, and not the good kind either. Salisbury.
And that's the last time ESPN Northwest Florida got a Motor Racing Network announcer to come on their show.
I got some really good questions.
No, I know. I'm excited. I'm excited. But a couple things in this first segment. Local sports action. Bozeman plays for the 1A state championship this afternoon, 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. local time. Obviously, we'll update you on that tomorrow with the results, but good luck to the Bozeman Bucks trying to bring another state championship right back here to Bay County. What do you think, Jay? You think they get it done? You know who they're playing?
I don't know who they're playing.
Think internally. Think about yourself. Think about you.
Okay.
Jay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm internal.
All right. Mm-hmm. Jay.
Oh, Jay. They're playing Jay. And Jay is somewhere not too... I'm
going to ask you, Jay, because you probably should know about where Jay is. Is it just Jay? Not even high school, just Jay. They say, where do you go to school? Jay.
Oh, I thought there was an E on it. No, it's J-A-Y. It's Jay, Florida.
No, it's you.
No, B-O-J has an E at the end of his name.
That's true.
Oh, they're a panhandle town. They're over near Pensacola.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they're having to drive all the way down there to Fort Myers to play.
The atmosphere, right?
They should have just ran on the same bus.
They should have.
Would have made sense.
Move it to the public sports park.
Ooh, there you go. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't.
I did see something on Facebook that Fort Myers, wherever they're playing, what a great looking field, man. I mean,
it's a home of the. I think we said it yesterday. I think I said the Twins, maybe, but it's also the home of the Muscles, that minor league team.
Yeah, the Mighty Muscles.
The Mighty Muscles, and then I think Chef Ross posted a link yesterday in our live show on how to get a New Era Muscles, Mighty Muscles cap.
All right.
Yeah,
I have to take a look.
There's so many puns and things going on with the name of that team. Like Mighty Muscles. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true. Right. Yeah, muscles are mighty.
That's true.
Yours are mighty.
Not mighty.
Yeah, they're mighty.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I like muscles.
Flex them for me.
No, that's uncomfortable. On the show? What is this? We just took a left turn. Right turn.
Did.
No, we took a right turn.
Yeah, we took
a road course today.
All right. Poll question.
But if you're Max,
that's true.
I busted out of them.
I know. And he's going to be helping out next week. The kids got their awards. School year's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And, of course, the timing of the awards is always right when it doesn't need to be. And I think Tuesday, Ryan's are at 11. So Max is going to hang out, host the show with you guys all day that day. And then Wednesday, Liam's are at 10. So I'll be here as soon as I can get back. So I appreciate Max a lot. He helped out David the other day. Always helps out when he can, but he does have to wear sleeves when he comes on the show on Tuesday and Wednesday.
We can't steal the demographic from Jay.
No, you can't come on here and him flexing and bowing up on you.
Yeah.
Bowflex.
Max Delighted. I like it. He's an afternoon delight.
Yeah.
With Max Delighted.
It's delighted, man.
Yeah.
Or Delighted.
But you can keep saying delighted.
Yeah, because we're always delighted to see him, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be a heck of a last name, though.
As long as you and Max aren't participating in the afternoon delight, I'm good with whatever you want to do.
All right, cool.
You got a poll question for today?
No, I don't.
Come on, just fire something out of that beautiful brain of yours.
Beautiful.
I'm also disappointed. Wanda is in town and she is not in studio with us.
She's not one of microphones.
All I would do is ask her questions about you growing up.
Well, I'm keeping that way.
I mean, give the people what they want.
So is it Wanda that doesn't want to cover? Jay that doesn't want
Jay
Wanda
doesn't want Wanda to come. I'm going to reach out to Wanda, and I'll get Beth to go pick her up and bring her here if that's the case.
I got you.
We'll surprise. Fun Fridays tomorrow.
Yeah.
You gonna bring in the guitar?
I will. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Might as well bring your mom too. And now, when is Peyton's valedictorian action going on?
It's at 5:00. Mosley Fine Arts this afternoon.
This afternoon.
Yep.
Nice.
And
so you got a doubleheader today.
Yeah.
What time's your b-ball game?
At 7:30.
Oh,
So it's
perfect.
just
That worked out good. That's back over at Breakfast Point.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Nice.
So
you got time. Beautiful day for it. I know it's inside, but still.
Tomorrow, Saturday, looks a little different.
Yeah,
but,
couple waves of rain coming in, but you know what? Like you said, we need a little bit of it out every now and then.
We're getting it.
That is for sure. All right, you got a poll question yet? Come on, something funny, something dirty. Like dirty is in like what you normally talk about.
Right, no. What about pets?
Pets? Yeah, what about them?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me bring in.
What kind of cemetery they go in?
Yeah, well, that was back in we always say back in the day. We need a sounder for back in the day. Oh, you do? Back in my day. But we do have a caller on the line, Jay.
Back in my day.
I knew we had a sounder for that. We have Ryan on the line. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. How about you?
No, we're doing fantastic. Just trying to rack Jay's brain here on a poll question for today. But what you got for us?
Well, maybe he can help me out with this Salisbury situation here.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
I need some help on that as well.
This is the second time that we've had this conversation.
Steak? Has anyone heard of a Salisbury steak outside of the TV dinner world?
Oh,
yeah. I don't think I've ever been anywhere and said, "Hey, I want to order the Salisbury."
Go to a restaurant and order the steak, and when they say, "How would you like it?" the answer is, "I'll take it Salisbury."
You can't say everyone. Now you're putting people in a box like myself, okay?
Are you offended?
It's never found anywhere except in a Hungry Man or a banquet or.
I couldn't agree more.
This is a made-up food. This is a fake food.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here is the Wikipedia origin of Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak is a dish originating in the United States and made from a blend of ground beef and other ingredients, being considered a version of the hamburger steak. Today, Salisbury steak is usually served with gravy similar in texture to brown sauce, along with various side dishes such as mashed potatoes and cooked veggies. The background, the origin, we don't need to talk about the hamburger, but James H. Salisbury was an American physician and chemist known for his advocacy for meat-centered diet to promote health. Imagine that. It's good stuff.
So I just looked up on Reddit the best restaurant to find a Salisbury steak, and the first comment was probably the best place to look would be the 1950s.
That's what I'm saying. No one goes into Firefly and I'll have my steak Salisbury.
Jay, I need you to take this task on everywhere you go from now on, and then you have to remember the answer you get.
I'll take it Salisbury.
Because I guarantee
you get a Budweiser and a Salisbury steak.
Yeah, what's more American than that? Yeah. But I guarantee a lot of these waitresses and waiters that are younger, they may not even know what a Salisbury steak is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they'll have no idea.
We had it on, back in school. I remember it was a once a week kind of thing. I remember the lunch lady.
Once a week?
Yeah.
We did get it at lunch.
Yep.
School lunch.
Sure did.
That's right. That's the only other time out of a TV dinner I've had it.
That's the only other place that would be willing to serve
the only
it.
other place that exists.
Oh, man. Good stuff.
That is good.
Great call.
Yeah, no.
All right, guys. You take it easy.
No, we appreciate you calling. Absolutely. And it's always the food that brings the callers to the line.
Food brings people together either way you look at it.
That's true.
Yeah.
We did get a poll question possibility here from Fred. He says Salisbury steak or Spam roll.
Ooh. Yeah, let's run with it.
Spam.
Or Spam.
He
Just
said
Spam in
poll,
general.
I read roll.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough call for me. I don't know.
Well, if it's
Salisbury steak,
if it's hamburger steak, basically is what this is with a certain gravy. AI overview, which I don't know all this AI stuff when you search something.
Yeah, look for the
nowadays.
underviews.
Yeah. It says originated during the American Civil War as a proposed cure for digestive issues. Hey, you're not feeling so good out on the battlefield? Eat your 2 Salisbury steaks and get back out there.
You got to have the taters with it. Got to have the mashed taters.
That's true.
That's John Wayne stuff right there.
Yeah, a little earlier than John, but
Yeah.
about that same thing. All right, so our poll question is Salisbury steak or Spam? Simple as that.
That's simple.
What are you going with?
Man, if it's lunch lady, Salisbury steak from back in the day, I'm going Spam all day long. Yeah, I did.
I think I'm with David. I think I'm going Salisbury.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
Just cause. Why not? I don't even know if I've ever had Salisbury steak. I probably
You will tomorrow then, bro.
Yeah, somebody bring us in some from the local establishments that serve it.
A banquet meal, just like what Ryan said.
Michelini's.
Michelini,
the little green boxes.
Yep.
That's the. Remember Kids Cuisine?
Yeah.
Remember that?
With like the brownies that were garbage.
Yeah, terrible. Everything was terrible in those. But they were
Not
the best.
corn.
Well, corn, you can really only do so much too. But yeah, Kid Cuisines. They had the little, the blue box with the penguin on it.
They did a great marketing scheme because you're going through there and it's like you got the blue box and then you've got the little what is it? You got a little kid, like the big boy, like standing there on the marketing.
But
thing.
didn't they have like a big kid cuisine too?
Yeah.
Like they had the
Big
small
boys.
Yeah,
Is that 12 to 13?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because then when you turn 13, you can eat real food.
That's right.
At least you're now an adult.
You're moving on up.
Oh, man. I got a couple questions from Mike that have been texted to me or commented on Facebook, and we appreciate that. But real quick, sports, Jay.
Yes.
Kind of sports, but it's entertainment and sports. But do you know what was announced today? The official date that it's supposed to be is tomorrow, but on the internet it's been released, so of course it's going around everywhere.
NFL schedule?
Well, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah, you got to
gotcha.
give more than partial credit for that answer.
Yeah.
I did say today, though.
Today? Rory files for divorce?
I think that was a few days ago.
Okay.
But we're getting warmer. We're getting warmer.
Oh, we are getting warmer.
Sure.
Live in every...
No, you just got colder. You got colder.
I don't know.
Excessive playing of this particular thing may lead to divorce. I don't know.
Oh. Uh-oh.
All right, we don't have enough time for you to guess. EA Sports College Football drops the cover, and we did talk about it before the show. So I was hoping you would remember.
Sorry.
But
yeah.
If you're playing a game with us, you're playing the longest game of pretending not to know things in the history of human beings.
Sorry. Yeah, EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's in the game, and you are in it as well, and so is about 12,000 college football players as well. But the official cover was dropped. The video game released it for obviously the highly anticipated game there. July 19th is when it's coming out, Jay Henley. According to their YouTube page, the full reveal of the game is slated for tomorrow. But we talked about the deluxe cover, but the standard cover has also been released. That features Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers, Colorado wide receiver / defensive back Travis Hunter, and Michigan running back Donovan Edwards. There was also a few other players that you could see on the deluxe cover as they were walking away from you, and you could see their jerseys. That was Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe, Georgia quarterback Carson Beck, and Ohio State running back Quinshon Judkins, who this is his first season with Ohio State, as I believe he was at Ole Miss and transferred up there. Are you going to get it?
These kids,
you don't even have a system.
Well, no, like these kids like Parker, who is 14. Liam.
So Parker, he would have been born 2010?
2010,
Okay.
yeah. But like they
Yeah,
have
you would've
no
played it,
idea. They have no idea what they're about to get involved in. And if they're a big college football fan, that they've grown up as a kid and they're now a teenager, they may never leave their rooms. Kind of like what David Hayes was talking about.
You'll see.
Yeah,
When Randy's running the board for you
or we
5
won't.
days in a row.
Yeah, we'll see that. We'll see that. But yeah, over 12,800 athletes have opted into the game. I think they get $600 and a copy of the game, which is significantly more than the number of roster slots. EA previously announced of its goal of fielding an 85-man roster for every 134 FBS team. So sounds like I can't do the math there, but more players than slots than have opted in. That'd be a bummer.
Yeah.
But I guess it would also be a bummer because if you're not on the team playing on the field, you're probably bummed about that too.
True.
But
unless you're Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he opted out.
That's right. He didn't want to be in there if he's not the starter.
And I don't care. Like, what other player?
What if Quinn Ewers gets hurt in your hypothetical video game action and you need the backup? Was Arch not going to be available?
He's not going to be available, no.
So I guess
he
it's their
opted out of the
third string.
game, which there's two sides of it.
Yeah.
Which I like the one side of, with his family, and they kind of came to the agreement that until he's the starter, he's not going to take any NIL. But this isn't necessarily NIL. I mean, yeah, you're getting $600 and you're getting a copy of the video game, but you're a part of the Texas Longhorns football team.
Yeah.
And we've been waiting for this game for a long time. So I don't know, man. You got a better chance of winning a championship with the Texas Longhorns on EA Sports College Football than you do in real life.
Speaking of banquets and microwavables, right? I feel like follow me here. Follow me. I feel like somebody
brother.
like Manning. Is looking at the bottom line number of today, when if he would just go in and just sign the contract, he will have more followers and more money in his pocket many years down the road. But he's looking at today. He's looking at the microwave approach of, like, these kids want to see, like, if he, Archie Manning, is it Arch?
Archie was Peyton and Eli's papa.
But anyway, that's my thought on it.
I honestly think that he's looking at tomorrow a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's because it's not about the financials for him. He comes from an affluent family.
He's got $3.2 million in NIL, and he's not even the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and apparently as they weren't even going to do NIL deals or whatever. So that's my other thing is what he did the thing with the Jets or with a private plane company. He did the thing with Panini, I believe it was, for a card, which I believe all of that went to charity. But it's like this right here is bigger than you.
Yeah.
NCAA football is bigger than you. We've been waiting for a decade for this, and a lot of us are going to, nerd out, if you will, kind of going back to, a lot of us still play video games, but this one is something that we've been waiting on for a long, long time. And we've had multiple times where it's like, all right, the game's coming back. And then they shut it all down. And now we actually have a date. We've got a cover. We've got details. Man, I wish that he would have signed up for it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
We're just going to use Quinn Ewers anyways for those of you who are going to be using Texas. I'm going to take the small school approach.
Yeah, it'll be good. It's probably the most anticipated video game release in a long, long time because so many people, and I know we got to go because we got to give Mike Bagley a call, but there is so many people who are in, between 30 and 50. We're really not 30, but 35 and 50. I mean, when they were growing up, either high school or college, EA Sports NCAA, at that time, NCAA college football was like the game that everybody played. You played it as a group, you played with friends. It was really before online sports got going. So it's just one of those things you'd play, and I got next, and that kind of thing, and it was gone for so long, and here it is coming back.
Yep.
But when we get back, we'll be joined by Mike Bagley, part of the Motor Racing Network. Can't wait to hear about the questions Jay is going to ask him. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
America's team plays here.
And a rocket to right field. This thing is into orbit.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Acuna, Ozzie, and Austin Riley lead the Braves' high-powered offense.
Swung on, belted, deep right field. Get out of here, Ozzie. Home run. Ball game.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Brock's Pest Control, Store More Portable Buildings, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, Spielberg Kia, and Mid-South Lumber.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Thursday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 83 with a gentle breeze out of the southwest at 9 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds with lows around 74. Tomorrow, partly cloudy in the morning, followed by a chance of thunderstorms and a temperature near 81. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
And now the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
We're going to have a talk.
Tell me what you know. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's a frantic noise.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Wayward son, there'll be peace when you are.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Jay, I know you're excited, and a lot of our listeners are excited as well. We are excited to be joined by Mike Bagley, also known as the Bagman. He has been a turn-by-turn announcer, co-anchor in the broadcast booth, and is the current host of MRN's long-running NASCAR Live program, amongst many other things, all things NASCAR. Mike, how are you doing on this beautiful Thursday morning?
Doing fantastic, my friends. How are things with you?
Oh, we're doing absolutely wonderful. Excited about the All-Star race coming up this weekend, and I know you're excited about it as well. I want to ask you, I've got a couple texts from some listeners as well to ask about some stories that you may have, but before we jump into that, just want to go through kind of what's this weekend look like for NASCAR and all the events going on during the All-Star race.
Well, we have a chock-full roster of events. Obviously, we got the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series that'll get us going. But for Friday, it's all about practice and qualifying. It's about the All-Star Pit Crew Challenge. It's establishing the starting lineup for the Open that'll run before the All-Star race. And then, of course, the main event on Sunday. There's a chance for us to put points aside and just focus on one driver winning $1 million. We think we know who may have a shot at it, but then again, we've been surprised before. So while there's a level of knowns, there's also unknowns, but there's also a level of intrigue to this as well.
Well, who do you think that particular person is that you may dub the favorite to win that $1 million?
In my world, it's Kyle Larson. He has won 2 of the last 3.
Yeah.
He comes into the race with a full head of steam, a lot of momentum, busy month of May for him. He's also going to start his practice and whatnot for the Indianapolis 500 that he'll run on Memorial Day Sunday, and then he'll come to Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600. I'm just hard-pressed. I mean, if you got to pull me off of Larson, then I may look at a Gibbs team, but Toyota's not won, I believe, in like 6 years or so. So right now, at least for me, it's Hendrick Motorsports and Kyle Larson that's number 1 on my list. Now, this is as of Thursday. Now, by the time we practice and qualify, we may be singing a different tune there when we trot the green flag on Sunday night.
Yeah, absolutely. But a big schedule up there. I want to dive into a quick story, and then we'll ask you some other questions about what's going on. I have a good friend, Josh Woodham, down here, and he texted me and said to tell you your favorite Barney Hall story. So that was going to be my one of our listener questions for you.
Well, a lot of the good Barney Hall stories I can't tell on the air.
Of course.
Conversations.
Of course.
There's some shenanigans involved, but Barney was known to, at one time or another in all of our careers, whether it's me or Dave Mooney or Alex Hayden or whatever, would pull us out behind the truck and start the conversation. Boy, we need to have a talk. And you knew it was coming. But those conversations were had out of love, and they were had out of his his caring for the network and caring for the individual that he had that conversation with. I got heaps of praise for Barney, but I also got lots of constructive criticism that I took to heart and have implemented to be better as a broadcaster, and that's what he wanted us all to be. Now, there were plenty of candid stories over the years of, you know, things that would happen around the racetrack. Barney was our leader. He was our number one guy, somebody we looked up to and loved very much. Can't believe he's still gone, but such an asset. And he, you know, MRN is known as the voice of NASCAR. In my opinion, Barney Hall is the voice of NASCAR and will always be until we shut this thing down, whatever that's going to be.
Yeah, hopefully never.
Mike, did you grow up a NASCAR fan, or how did you get involved in the MRN and NASCAR?
I actually grew up a fan. As Dad told the story, I went to the local dirt track in Mom's arms in a blanket. Now,
I know
that
the
is
feeling.
not that is not because, you know, Walt Bagley wanted to see his son participate in the love of motorsports. At that time, it was like, look, I want to go to the racetrack, and we got to find somebody. Can't find somebody to watch the kids, so let's bring him with us. But that rolled into, over the years of us going to becoming a fan of racing. And it was on the dirt track level, and it was 5 years old that he made the call, you know what, let's take him to Dover. And, of course, back then, we were sitting through 500-mile marathons, and that was the only place that I would go to at that age when I would sit still. Normally, I'm up, running around, doing stuff. And that's where it started. It'll be 50 years ago next year that I've been going to races at Dover, and that's what started it, combined with starting a part-time gig at the local radio station, playing records and playing, you know, the gospel shows on Sunday morning. We were an MRN affiliate. I wrote a letter one day to MRN saying, listen, can I get a copy of the theme music, something with MRN on it? And, oh, by the way, do you need help when you come to Dover? Got a letter back, got the theme music, and yes, we definitely will have your help. And I started actually as a production assistant. I would take the goodies headache of the race award ballots down to the press box. I'd run the cables, and I would bulk erase the carts and all that. And then one day, and then got into PA at some of the tracks, and one day got a call from who was the general manager then, John McMullen, said, you want to try doing a race with us? I'm like, sure. Well, that was June of 1992 at Watkins Glen for the Phase 150. And the rest, they say, is history.
Wow. Man, and that's all it takes. Hey, sometimes if you're hesitant out there on asking the questions, sending the letter, do it.
Yeah.
The worst they're going to say is no, and if they don't, look at you now. Awesome stuff.
If you had like a blank Mount Rushmore of NASCAR, who are the five guys that, you know, and we can think back
There's
all
only
the way.
4 on Mount Rushmore.
Oh, is there? Oh, man.
But we can go with 5.
Okay, all right, let's go with 4. Let's go with 4.
We'll chisel another one in there.
Okay.
I'll get you.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, this is what I deal with, Mike. This is what I deal with every day. But
What you deal with? No, that's what we deal with. But anyway, we'll throw another face up there.
Okay, yeah. All right, so 5 guys, and let's go back to the, you know, the grassroots of Daytona when they were racing dirt, you know, down on Daytona. Who are the 5 guys that you would put on Mount Rushmore?
Are we talking drivers?
Well, no, you know, NASCAR in general. Just NASCAR in general.
You got an extra one, so you can use that to your liking.
There you go. A mulligan.
Well, okay. Well, let me think about this here for a second. Well, number one of them would have to be Bill France Sr., because if he didn't create it, we couldn't have done all this.
Yep.
Okay, so that's one. Number 2, I would put Bill France Jr., because his father got it started. He then continued it on to give us what I would view number 3 as Richard Petty. Number 4 is Dale Earnhardt. And number 5, I would go Jimmy Johnson. I would stick drivers and the founders right there.
All right.
All 7-time champions. All successful in their own right. But if you're asking me to take the thousands of people out of this sport and whittle the field down to 5 as the most important or most influential, I would say they are my 5 right there.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Jay?
I do. I agree. I think that was good.
Yeah, like you said, you can't start it without somebody starting it. You can't keep it going without somebody continuing it. And then, those 3 drivers for sure. Speaking of Earnhardt Sr., you've got to have a good Dale Sr. story, moment, something like that. Anything that comes to mind, Mike?
I would say that the one that really got me was the Richmond race after he passed out in Darlington. We started the race at Darlington on Labor Day weekend, and all of a sudden the 3 is in the wall. He's riding the wall. We're like, what is going on? He comes down pit road, and they pull Mike Dillon off of the off the top of the motor. He was in the infield partying. And they're like, get your suit, get in the car, Dale's coming out. Well, he had passed out, and no one knew why. Well, I had I was working the pits the following weekend for MRN, and I'm still a new dude, right? I mean, I don't even know the guy, right? I've never had that personal connection time with him. And I go walking with him, from the garage down pit road, and his PR person, J.R. Rhodes, was there, and he's like, now, we're not going to talk about Darlington, are we? I'm like, well, I've been told in the production meeting that that's the number one question. What we have to ask about this. Dale then turned to me and said, son, I wouldn't ask that question if I were you. Now, this is the Intimidator looking at me through gargoyles, right? I mean, he had that Earnhardt swagger, right? He's got the game face on. We're rolling out to the grid, and my man's already in game face mode, and I am petrified. Absolutely petrified, because I know what my boss told me to do at MRN, but I've also got Dale Earnhardt wagging his finger in my face saying, son, you better not go there. So we get to the grid, we go through driver intros, and it comes to the portion of the pre-race where it's time to interview Dale. Well, Dale is already gotten in the car. As he's getting in the car, he looks back to me and says, now, you understand what I'm saying, right? We're not going to have any problems. And I'm like, oh, my God. So he gets in the car. I'm sweating, man. I mean, I am sweating bullets the size of boulders. And all of a sudden, they come to me, and I do the wind-up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm with Dale Earnhardt. He's getting buckled into the Goodwrench Chevrolet. And he looks over at me with this stern look. And I'm like, okay, either I'm going to get clocked by Dale Earnhardt or I'm going to get fired from MRN. We're going to pick I opted to get decked because, look, he doesn't decide the paycheck. MRN does.
Yeah.
So I said, Dale, as you get buckled into the Goodwrench Chevrolet, obviously last weekend you had a problem that warranted you to step out of the car. Have those issues been addressed, and have you moved on from them? And he looks at me and he hesitates, and then all of a sudden he flashes that Earnhardt mustache-laden smile and answers the question. I then come back and ask a question about the race, and as I close my mic, I am exhaling, and he says, I had to mess with you to see what you would do. And I'm like, oh, my God. Literally, I was shaking.
Yeah.
I was
You passed the test.
When Earnhardt gives you the finger wag, and then he gives you the son, oh, God, here we go. Yeah. But we got through it, and then after that was able to spend some time with him. And he Dale had a way of testing people on various levels, and that was my test that night at Richmond, Virginia.
And you passed. Yeah. That's an awesome story. That is cool stuff.
That was close right there, boys. I ain't gonna lie to you.
hey, and as you said earlier, the rest was history from there. No doubt about it. A few tests along the way. That is for sure. But
Mike, I kind of grew up like you. I was 5 years old going to dirt track racing, with Dad, and I think Dad kind of used that as like a tool to just go Saturday night dirt track racing. But what are some of oh God, I was going to ask you a question.
That's right. What are some of the smaller circuits that you followed growing up on, that kind of stuff?
No, sorry. The dirt track racing, how important is that to NASCAR versus like maybe going to Mexico? I know, international's good, but what's your thoughts on dirt track racing and how important it is to NASCAR?
Well, I believe that both of the things you mentioned serve a tremendously big purpose. I'll start with the dirt track racing, or even, the folks in the Midwest, they have a lot of pavement short track races. There's a lot of super late models for right there. Obviously, I grew up watching modifieds and all that on my dirt track. But whenever you address the grassroots level of motorsports, to me, that is the most important. Because without the grassroots level, the rest can't flourish. Yeah. Because the rest flourish from those people that come from those short tracks. Drivers, mechanics, potential crew chiefs, potential owners. You have a lot of people there that we would never know about if those local short tracks didn't exist. I beat this drum every spring to where it's always, well, let's take a kid to the ballpark, right? Spring training is over, opening day. Let's go to the ballpark. Well, I think it's important and incumbent of us to take a kid to the racetrack, because not only you check several boxes when you do that. Number one, you open up a youngster's eyes to motorsports, and through repeated trips, more times than not, you'll hook them. And then with that hook, that leads to bigger things, kind of like what you and I did. But also, at the same time, by doing that, you also help those men and women at that level keep the gates open, keep the doors open, and you help them sustain, you help them prosper, and you help them live. And anything that we collectively at motorsports or in motorsports can do on that level will help them flourish and will continue basically the food chain. Without that, the food chain is disrupted. And quite frankly, I don't know where we would find our next talent from. I don't think that our next talent, there are exceptions, but iRacing can only get you so much. Racing on a computer can only give you so much. You need to get in the race car, feel the G's, feel the pull of the motor, feel the brakes, feel everything in that sensory experience that happens in a short track car or in a car on a short track that you don't get. So I'm all about preserving that. To the other part of what you brought up, going to Mexico, that is the scuttlebutt. That we were there with the Nationwide series years ago. There's talk about taking Cup to Mexico. And while we have a tendency to focus in on the homeland, there's a whole universe of people that needs to be tapped into that needs to experience NASCAR, whether it be through a race in Mexico City, whether it be a race perhaps maybe north of the border going to Montreal. We're expanding our borders next year by going to Amazon and HBO Max and those outlets right there to tap into people that we haven't tapped into before. They have us. Like, we're here. Like, all of us that are listening to this that are fans are here. We want to tap into those people, kind of like what we did at the Clash when we did the Clash. Like 80% of the fans that watched the first Clash at the Coliseum had never been to a NASCAR race before. That's the kind of numbers that we're chasing right now, and well so, because when we go and when we move on and when we pass away, who's going to be the next generation of fan? We need to open it up to people and create that next generation of fan through various methods of what we've already talked about.
Yeah. No, that's great.
And you're seeing that, I mean, not just NASCAR, you're seeing that almost in every professional sport because that pipeline, and, you know, we're very golf-centric here. We both work in the golf business and kind of do this for fun a little bit. But it's the same thing with golf. If we're not getting, like, Jay does a lot of work with juniors and does junior camps. If we're not getting kids involved in the game, we don't have future participants. And that's where I think, to kind of jump on the PGA Tour Live thing that's going on, is you've got this huge divide right now. And I think it's actually affecting potential future fans in the game because it's a cyclical thing. And, you know, golf and NASCAR, I want to say, kind of are a little hand in hand when it comes to the generations of people watching them. And you've got to find new creative ways to get people in there. And that makes perfect sense, what you guys were talking about. Yeah. But it's a concerted effort that has to happen in order for it to continue to grow.
Yeah. There are 3 fan bases that are the oldest in all of professional sports: Major League Baseball, professional golf, and NASCAR.
Yeah.
Where the average is close to upper 50s or 60 or lower 60s is the average age of the fan base. That number needs to come down and come down mightily.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to open this thing up and trying to get as many eyeballs on it. You know how we love it. Well, we're just trying to spread it so that we can hook that next NASCAR fan out there that hasn't seen it, that can become as much of a fan as we are in this present generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's, and just off the wall, what's your favorite stop on the NASCAR circuit right now? Which one do you look forward to the most?
I have many for different reasons. Like Talladega is my favorite racetrack. That's no offense to Daytona. I love Daytona. Talladega, though, is a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, a little bit taller, a little bit faster, and they seem to be a bit more crazy with all that extra that I just mentioned. And you see humans do superhuman things at Talladega, even at Daytona. I like going to Kansas, where it is, and the facility and the venue, the fans. I love going to Darlington because that, to me, reminds me of when we used to stop off there on trips back to Delaware from Florida, where we'd stop in, just see the racetrack, just look at it. Well, at that time, when I was growing up, the only time I saw it was on ABC's Wide World of Sports. Yeah. That is a track that has withstood the test of time. We take a step back on weekends like last weekend where we acknowledge the legends and welcome in the alumni, and we get a taste of the way it used to be versus the way it is now, and we bring all of that together and we run a race in this day and age that we live in, but the track races like it did back in 1974, even though we're in 2024. And it doesn't matter who you talk to, that the challenges at Darlington are the same regardless. So I like going to Bristol. Excuse me, I love going to Martinsville. I like all the stops that we go to, but I like them for different reasons. And it could be for quality of racing, the venue, the people that welcome us when we come to town. Listen, I want to tell you something. Darlington, South Carolina, and Florence, South Carolina, when we show up, we'll go out to a restaurant, and the number one, well, are y'all here for the races? Yes, ma'am. Well, we hope you're having a good time. We're glad that you're here. That Southern hospitality kicks in, and you really get that embrace from the local community. Yeah. So I can't give you just one. I can give you a list for different reasons, obviously.
No, I love it. Hey, Mike, I wish we had more time with you. We've certainly enjoyed this. Enjoy the All-Star race this weekend, and maybe we'll get to talk to you again sometime in the future.
Boys, pick up the phone and call whenever you'd like.
Absolutely. Don't tempt us with a good time. We appreciate you joining with us. Enjoy that weekend. You guys are listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We will be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida, available on all your devices.
Connected.
Hear your favorite sports talk hosts.
The Coach James Hale Show.
You're listening to the Inside Drive live.
The afternoon underdog.
And your favorite teams.
Braves win it!
We're live on the app. Tune in, Alexa, ESPNPC.com, Facebook, YouTube, and in your car at 101.9 and 104.3. Wherever you go, there we are. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Here at Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we're here to help you celebrate the graduate in your life. What better way to celebrate this moment in time than with an exquisite timepiece? We have a large selection of Bulova and Caravelle watches, now 15% off. Tracy's Fine Jewelry has the perfect personalized gifts, from diamond initial pendants and rings to monogram pieces they'll cherish for a lifetime. All on sale today for 30% off. Commemorate your graduate today and show them how proud you are with a gift from Tracy's Fine Jewelry on the corner of 15th Street and East Avenue in Cedar Grove.
You owe the IRS back taxes, and dealing with the IRS stresses you out. Fortunately, IRS Problem Relief can help you resolve back taxes and represent you to the IRS so you don't have to face them alone. Last year, IRS Problem Relief saved clients drowning in tax debt. And IRS Problem Relief is a local company right here in Panama City, not some 800 number where you can never talk to the same person twice. Put those problems behind you so you can focus on moving forward. Call Edward Corey with IRS Problem Relief, 850-784-8176. For a free consultation, call Edward Corey with IRS Problem Relief. It's 850-784-8176 or visit irsproblemrelief.com.
It's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves take the series, but come up short in their quest of a sweep of the Cubs. I'm Kevin McAlpin. Your Braves Radio Network morning update's coming up next.
Tickets for the Braves 2024 season are going fast. This season is jam-packed with great matchups. Get your tickets at braves.com/tickets.
Wednesday night, in front of almost 37,000 at Truist Park, the Braves came up short in their quest at a sweep of the Cubs as Chicago salvaged the finale by a score of 7-1. The Cubs offense got off to a quick start against Charlie Morton in the first on a leadoff homer from Mike Tauchman, his fourth of the season. They later tacked on a run on an RBI groundout from Christopher Morel and a hit batsman as Pete Crow Armstrong was plunked with the bases loaded. Charlie Morton suffered his first loss of the season as he worked just 3 innings, responsible for 4 runs, 3 of which were earned on 5 hits, with 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and that leadoff homer to Tauchman. The lone run of the night for the Braves would come in the bottom of the 7th as Orlando Arcia doubled with 1 down in the inning and came in to score on Zach Short's RBI double. Unfortunately, it was too little too late for the Braves, who managed just 1 run on 8 hits as they went 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position in the loss. Braves will now have the night off tonight before they regroup and get set for the San Diego Padres. That's a 4-game series starting Friday night at 7:20 Eastern from Truist Park in Atlanta.
The only place to get sports betting coverage on the radio. Is this legal? Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. JC, you didn't even have to lead that one.
No.
It was good.
Yeah.
I could have talked to him for a lot longer.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I'm definitely, despite when we get hooked up with these guys, I'm going to reach out to him. He seems like he'd be willing to come on the show every once in a while, so we'll certainly do that. I was going to talk about NFL schedule, and I'm still going to, but a quick update, and maybe Xander Schauffele is tired of hearing about him choking on Sunday. Do you know what he currently is with 2 holes to go in the first round of the PGA Championship?
9 under?
9 under par. Which, if he pars the last 2 holes, will tie the lowest round in a major. That's currently Brendan Grace is 8 under 62 at the 2017 Open Championship. Ricky Fowler and Xander Schauffele have also shot 62s in the opening round of the 2023 U.S. Open. So there's been 3 people that have shot that. Now, Brandon Grace's was still a 62, but it was an 8 under 62, a par 70, whereas Xander is currently 9 under par as the Valhalla is currently playing as a par 71. But heck, if he birdies one of those holes and pars one of them,
yikes,
that's a 61.
No,
he could birdie 2 of them and shoot 60.
Well, you know, these guys
in a major, Jay.
I know. These guys on Wednesday were saying that 10 under was probably going to win the thing. I mean, he's already there.
Well, he's close, that's for sure. Can he maintain it, though? So he started on the back 9, and he parred the first hole, the par 5, which is playing one of the easier holes out there, and then he went par, birdie, par, birdie, par, birdie, birdie, par, birdie for a 31 on the backside. And then on the front side goes par, birdie, par, birdie, birdie, par, birdie. 2 holes to go. 169-yard par 3 and a 411-yard par 4. You think he birdies one more of the last 2?
Yeah, he's going to cool off. I mean, we know in golf, right? I mean, it's so hard to go back to back.
Well, you ain't gonna shoot 62 back to back.
No,
that's for sure.
There's
but if
no
he
way.
can follow it up with a 67 or something like that, he'll be right there. But a lot of rain's supposed to be coming in tomorrow as well. So that we talked a lot about it with Keith yesterday. That Zoysia grass, I think, just makes this golf course play a little different, a little easier. Great lies, but quick leaderboard update. As I mentioned, Xander is currently 9 under par with 2 to play. Robert McIntyre is 5 under par with 4 to play. Tony Finau, which was not picked in our little draft pool yesterday, is 5 under par through 12. Cam Smith, Live Tour player, Aussie, 4 under through 13. Ben Coles, 3 under through 17. Martin Keimer, former PGA champion winner, and I'm still bitter about that one. You remember that year, Whistling Straits, Dustin Johnson hits it out of the waste bunker. They say it was a bunker that you can't ground your club in. And Martin Keimer goes on to win. Rory McIlroy off to a good start, 3 under par through 14. Hideki, 3 under par through 13. Jordan Spieth, if he wins the PGA Championship, he would complete the career Grand Slam. Sahith Theegala, 3 under par. Doug Ghim, 2 under par. Lucas Herbert, maybe A-Bear, I don't know. He is 2 under par, finished with this round. Your boy Victor Hovland is 2 under par through 14 holes. We've also got Max Homa, 2 under par. Kurt Kitayama, Taylor Moore, Luke Donald, Ryder Cup captain, 1 under par in his first round today. Stefan Jaeger, 1 under par. Russell Henley, 1 under par. Justin Thomas, 1 under par. And then it got a lot of people under par right now. I think the even par is 34 or worse. There's 33 players that are currently under par. And as you know, Jay, there's a lot of people that haven't even teed off yet. So scoring conditions looking pretty darn good so far in the PGA Championship. I guess because yesterday we talked about the PGA trying to make it the hardest major. It doesn't seem to be that way right now.
Well, the big storyline last year was Michael Block coming in and finishing.
He already made a quad, I think, on a hole.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
I think I saw that earlier. I didn't see him anywhere on there, but yeah, and that's one of the things, he shot +5 today.
All right.
And that's one of those things, guys like PJ, and he plays a lot of golf, so I give him that. But, once you go out there and do that, when it's unexpected, I think it's always easier. But then when it's expected, it's a lot harder.
Yep.
And we discussed that quite a bit here on the show.
Yeah.
But the NFL schedule was fully released last night. It was some good stuff there. Excited to see. And some fun facts from that. This is one I don't like for the San Francisco 49ers. But the number of times an NFL team plays an opponent coming off the bye week. Obviously, week 1, everybody's playing an opponent coming off a quote-unquote bye week. But the San Francisco 49ers are playing 4 teams coming off, a bye week. The Chiefs, the Bills, and I believe the Lions, all coming off bye weeks when they play them. So that'll be tough. Indianapolis has got 3. A host of teams have 2, and then a bunch have 1. And there's several that don't play a single team coming off a bye week in that particular thing. Primetime games, Jay. Do you know what a primetime game is?
That'd be Sunday night or Monday night?
Or Thursday night.
Or Thursday night.
Absolutely. There's 3 teams that have 6. Give me one of those 3 teams. I'm going to make it easy for you today.
Dallas Cowboys.
You're right.
Yeah.
David Hayes, give me another one. 6 teams that have 6 primetime
All
games.
them New York Jitterbugs.
That's true, too. Dallas and the Jets.
Kansas City Chiefs. Who did Jay say?
Jay said the Cowboys.
So the Kansas City Chiefs is the other
It is.
then?
Nope.
Oh.
Really? San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. Uh-oh. Whoop, there we go. It's like boop. A little boop there. He's going to answer phone. 5. There's a lot of teams that have 5 games. The Chiefs, the Bills, the Packers, the Lions, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Eagles, the Dolphins, and the Rams. 4 teams have 4 primetime games. The Texans, the Steelers, the Bucks, the Seahawks, the Falcons, the Browns. There's 4 teams with 3, 5 teams with 2, 4 teams with 1, and then there's 1 team that doesn't have a single primetime game, and it's a very, very, very obvious answer.
You know, how about the Arizona Cardinals?
No.
No.
More obvious than the Cardinals.
Man, like
They may have a little baby blue in their uniform.
Really?
It's not the Tennessee Titans.
Oh.
The Titans only have 1 primetime game.
Yeah. Miami Dolphins?
No.
That's who the primetime game is against.
Yeah, they've got 5. Yeah.
Baby blue. I should know it since baby blue's my color.
Worst team in the league last year.
Worst team in the league.
But they didn't get the number 1 overall pick.
Because they traded it for Bryce Young. I mean, I can't give you any more clues than that.
I don't know.
They're not in South Carolina. They're a little bit north of South Carolina.
Oh, the Carolina Panthers.
Man,
Wow.
how about that hint?
I don't know what else we could give you hint wise other than saying the name. But yes, the Carolina Panthers are the only team that does not have a primetime game. There are currently 9 playoff rematches. Do you know which team? Here's another fun one for you, Jay. Do you know which team has to travel the most miles during the entire season?
Oh, it's got to be some across the pond teams like Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's across the pond?
Well, they're playing across the pond a few times this year.
That's true. That's
But
true.
is
And they're
this
not-
on road miles or is this in air?
This is, I don't think they drive. And it'd be tough to drive across the pond. Oh, maybe with a boat.
Driving a boat?
No, it's just teams traveling the most miles this season total, period. And it is not the Jags, and the Jags are not in the top 5.
Huh. Because they got 3 over the pond games.
You know what? If you calculated the, no, they just have 2.
Or 2.
Yeah. If you calculated the distance from Jacksonville to London, it may be not that different from Jacksonville to, say, Seattle.
That's fair enough. That's fair. Let's go San Francisco.
They are in the top 5, but they are at number 5 with 24,575 miles.
That's a lot of miles.
It is a lot of miles. There's 3 AFC teams and 2 NFC teams, and you've already named one of them. That's number 5. Number 4 is
Buffalo.
Nope. Buffalo is not in the top 5.
Are they all West Coast teams?
No.
Oh,
no.
wow.
2 are East Coast teams, 3 are West Coast teams. Number 4 is an East Coast team out of the AFC.
Miami.
Miami's number 2, so you already got that one. They got to travel 25,869 miles. Yep. Number 3, I'll give you this one. The Seattle Seahawks, 25,797 miles. And you got 2 more. You got the number 1 and the number 4. Number 1 and 4, both out of the AFC. One's on the West Coast, one's on the East Coast.
The Raiders.
Raiders are not.
Ooh.
And they're not technically on the West Coast anymore.
I mean, I would consider anything past Texas.
West Coast. All right. That's like Jay. He considers the capital of
I've
Tennessee.
got
Memphis.
oceanfront property in Arizona.
That I'll sell you. That's how the line goes.
Yeah. I don't have a clue.
All right.
Yeah.
The Rams.
Similar city.
Okay, so Chargers.
Chargers.
Oh, yeah, you said AFC.
Yeah,
so.
Chargers, number 1 on the list. 26,803 total miles they have to travel during the 2024-25 NFL season.
So we're looking for number 4
We're
here?
looking for number 4.
All right, if
AFC
you just tell
team,
me the
East
city
Coast.
of where they play, I think I'll be able to guess it.
Yeah, actually, ironically, this team is not named after a city.
Okay, so the Colts.
No.
Well, no, that's Indianapolis. I was thinking of the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah. Not named after a city, Jay.
Not named after a city. That helps me.
6 total championships by this team. All in the last 20 years. No, shoot, all in the last 23 years.
AFC.
You guys are going to be shot yet. All right, we got 2 minutes. You guys can get this.
Yeah, dude.
And we're on the West Coast, right?
No,
we're on the East Coast.
Stay with us.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore has 5.
Patriots?
Bingo. The New England Patriots.
Yeah, that's not a
Foxborough,
city, is it?
Massachusetts.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. Number 4. So the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Seahawks, the Patriots, and the Niners, top 5 when it comes to most miles having to be traveled.
Sky Miles. I hope they're using Delta.
Typically, these teams have their own private charter planes.
Oh, they
But
do.
a lot of times it is a big time carrier, but a private plane. Yeah, you're not loading up your NFL team and with just the normal people. Although
I don't think they could fit in the seats, anyways, right?
Some of them,
yeah,
might need an extra one,
right?
But ironically, the WNBA just this year changed to the WNBA players happen to fly commercial. Now they get to fly private.
Oh,
they call that the Caitlin Clark effect. I was going to go through best matchups weeks 1 through 8, but we don't really have enough time, and we may kick that to later today, or maybe tomorrow, or next week. Who knows? We'll see where the wind takes us. Jay, real quick, you got you still got a couple spots open for your camps?
I do.
All right. When we get back, after I go through all of our fun stuff before we do our afternoon delight debrief, we'll talk about your kids' camps and getting a few people in there. Don't forget Bozeman Bucks, 3 p.m. playing Jay for the 1A state championship coming up this afternoon. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We shall be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the Inside Drive.
Interesting, but this is in 1993, a man named James Scott purposely damaged a levee, causing a massive flood of the Mississippi River, only to stall his wife from coming home so that he could party with his friends.
No way.
Middays 11 to 1. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Thursday. For this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 83 with a gentle breeze out of the southwest at 9 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds with lows around 74. Tomorrow, partly cloudy in the morning followed by a chance of thunderstorms and a temperature near 81. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a place that feels like home right in the heart of Panama City? Well, look no further than Charlie Corm's place at their new location on 15th Street. Charlie Corm's is not just a place, it's an experience. Imagine cozy corners, friendly faces, and the aroma of delicious dishes that'll make your taste buds dance. From sunrise breakfast to late night bites, Charlie Corm's on 15th Street has it all. Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street is now offering exclusive weekday lunch specials. Visit Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street. Look for the giant mural.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
You hear it first. Sports talk right now. Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
It almost seems a bit overwhelming at first.
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
Something makes me think you'll get used to it.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back on this beautiful afternoon here in the Florida Panhandle. Stay tuned to ESPN Northwest Florida for all your weather updates from our good friend Jay's ex-girlfriend Joanna up there in the world of keeping us safe and updated. As it does look like we're going to have some weather. A couple rounds come through tomorrow and Saturday, but just stay weather aware as always you should do here when you're near the coast anytime, that is for sure. But you are listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I'll just let them talk. There you go.
I was playing a weather sounder, kind of like give you like a weather bed.
No, I like that. I like that. No, that was good. But you are listening to the Inside Drive. It's 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe along the beautiful Forgotten Coast. You can watch, listen, text, all that good stuff. Our number, as always, 850-215-6290. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, ESPN Northwest Florida. You can also download the free mobile app inside
the Google Play Store or Apple Store.
You didn't even have to ask that time.
No.
I just paused and you felt it and you executed.
I did.
That one you do need to search 104.3 ESPN Northwest 40. You can download it, put it right on your phone, open up that app. It just starts playing when you press the play button. Yep. It's as simple as that. You can also follow our TikTok page, inside.drive. Last but not least, you can go to ESPNPC.com if you want to go old school and go to your internet browser. Also want to give a huge shout out to Bill Kramer GM and Kramer Marine and Outdoor for being our studio sponsor for over a year. And Bill Kramer GM's got a big event coming up tomorrow night. And if you get there early, you'll get a free dinner. And that'll be provided by K Hall's Deli. This is the electrifying event at Bill Kramer GM. Again, tomorrow, May 17th from 4 to 6 p.m. If you are a part of the first 30 guests to arrive, you get a free dinner plate from K Hall's. Make sure you arrive early to claim yours. They're very thrilled to showcase the latest Chevy EV models and share the excitement about the future of electric vehicles. Experience firsthand stunning interiors and eye-catching exteriors of these show-stoppers. Discover the power, efficiency, and innovation behind electric driving. Don't miss out on this opportunity to explore the future of automotive technology and enjoy a fun-filled evening with the community. I just saw a picture Mr. Chris Kramer posted this morning. It looked like one of those new Hummer EVs.
Oh,
those things are ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
But hey, they get up and go too. Mm-hmm. It's like a golf cart. Golf carts just get and go when they're electric.
A Hummer qualifies like a Jeep? Because I know there's a lot of Jeeps around, but is that
I think a Hummer's a Hummer and a Jeep's a Jeep.
I got you.
But I don't know everything.
Yeah.
So you can put rubber ducks on both of them.
That's true.
Oh, see, there you go.
That's
Qualifies
true. It. All that good stuff. But yeah, no. Go check them out. Bill Kramer GM. And, of course, Kramer Marine and Outdoor. You're probably out there fishing today. Got some good weather for it. The bays, the Gulf, right outside the beach. It's been active. If you have a boat and it's not out on the water and you need to get it fixed up, there's only one place to go, or have them come to you, and that's Kramer Marine and Outdoor. They sell a family of Seaborn, Sundance, Spider, and Skeeter. And you can check out all that new and used inventory at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com. All right, Jay, it's that time. It is the Afternoon Delight debrief time. I'm going to start off with an announcement that I saw officially yesterday. Happy Gilmore 2, we did talk about it yesterday.
We did.
Has been officially greenlit by Netflix. And Netflix said that Adam Sandler will be returning to be the star of that show.
Can't wait.
It's going to be, right? The hype. It's kind of like the NCAA or college football.
Well, we did a prediction, right? That like Liv and PGA will finally figure all this out whenever Happy Gilmore 2 makes it to the theater or Netflix or whatever. So we'll hang tight.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jimmy Dunn's resignation, Rory not being allowed back on the policy board. Doesn't look like they're getting any closer. But hey, if there's one person that can bring it together, it's Happy Gilmore.
You got that right.
There is no doubt about it. Gold jacket, green jacket, you know what from there. You know what from there. Did you find one while I talked as long as I possibly could for about 4.5 minutes?
Well, how about our dude, how about our mayor of New York City, Eric Adams? Did you hear what he said?
He says a lot of crazy stuff, so I don't know which route you're going with this.
Mayor of New York City floats migrant surge as solution to city's lifeguard shortage.
I did see that.
They are excellent swimmers.
Yep. That's what he said. That is what he said. Not what Jay said.
I didn't say it.
That is what the mayor of New York said.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he could say that and nobody gets upset and, Jay says something about 5 faces on Mount Rushmore and everybody pitches a fit.
Anyways, that's my afternoon delight.
Way to bring the heat today. We only got about 16 more minutes to go. But yeah.
I was not ready for that, bro.
I did see that, but these also said a lot of other stuff. I didn't know which direction we were going.
Come on, they're great swimmers.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Worked out. Hand in hand.
Hey, we're looking for great Olympics are this summer, right?
Coming up, Paris.
There we go. Sign up for America.
Very soon.
Prove your worthiness by saving people.
Absolutely. Oh, dear.
There is a
gracious.
lifeguard shortage, though, in a lot of places.
Is there?
Yeah.
There's also like a teacher shortage too,
Yeah.
right? So hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, you get two birds with one stone.
Are you breathing? Yep. All right, you're qualified.
You're in.
I don't know if it would sound like that though.
Kind of keeping with your theme, I just stumbled across this one. This is from my favorite UPI.com/odd news. May 15th, Indiana judge rules tacos are Mexican-style sandwiches. May 15th, an Indiana judge resolved a legal dispute surrounding a Fort Wayne strip mall by ruling that tacos and burritos are Mexican-style sandwiches. Martin Quintana, the developer behind the Quintana Plaza strip mall in Jefferson Boulevard in Fort Wayne, entered into a written agreement with the Covington Creek condominium that was intended to keep fast food restaurants from opening in the block of stores. This agreement allowed for the opening of made-to-order sandwich restaurants with the Subway and Jimmy John's listed as examples, but barred traditional fast foods such as McDonald's, Arby's, and Wendy's. The agreement also prohibited any restaurants from offering outdoor seating, drive-through service, or alcoholic beverages. Quintana struck a deal in 2022 to open the location of a locally owned eatery in the famous taco strip mall, and the Condo Association approved the amendment to allow their restaurant. But Allen County Planning Commission rejected the amendment, citing the earlier written agreement. The dispute was brought before Allen's Superior Court Judge Craig J. Bobe, who ruled the opening of the Mexican-style restaurant would not require the original agreement to be amended at all. Bobe wrote, the proposed famous taco restaurant would serve made-to-order tacos, burritos, and Mexican-style food, and would not have outdoor seating, drive-through service, or serve alcohol. The court agrees with Quintana. Tacos and burritos are Mexican-style sandwiches, and the original written commitment does not restrict potential restaurants to only American cuisine style sandwiches. Bobe said the original agreement would also apply to the made-to-order restaurants offering Greek gyros, Indian non-wraps, or Vietnamese banh mi. Famous Tacos already has the equipment and signage in place at the strip mall, but it is not yet clear when the eatery would open.
It's fair enough. I mean, you're using your hands as far as, I mean, I think it's a sandwich. I've never thought of it that way, but you know.
If I'm good with it.
Yeah.
If a judge wants to say that so they can open and operate, let it happen.
Yeah.
Fort Wayne, Indiana there, Jay. Did you find another one? Your other one was extremely brief.
Yeah, it was kind of brief. No, I think French fries go good. You know, I saw a Del Taco up near Interstate 10 a ways away. And when's the last time you've had a Del Taco?
Never.
Man, they have fries with their tacos. I think fries make for a great addition to tacos.
Like in the taco or as a side?
No, just a side.
To the taco?
Yeah. And
so, you know, Taco Bell did the same thing.
But they took it away, didn't they?
I know, but I think they brought it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those were nacho fries.
That is true.
What were Del Tacos, like regular fries?
Yeah.
So you're like, substitute the chips and salsa, let me get fries and ketchup.
Crinkle fries.
Crinkle fries.
Ooh.
Dude, where did I go the other
Crinkle
day that
fries.
they normally had regular fries, but then they changed them over to to crinkle fry? The Hedgehog place.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little disappointed, to be quite frank with you.
Crinkle?
Yeah.
At the Hedgehog place?
Yeah.
That's
supply
crazy.
chains are tough.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I would have asked for onion rings had I known this to be the case.
I would want to, that's the one place I go Tots.
Tots.
Yeah.
Tots are good too. Yeah.
You just don't have the option very many places.
Right.
That's true.
So I always try to go, and a hot tot is a good tot.
It is. Yeah.
Who doesn't love a hot tot?
That's true.
Now, is
I
a
know Jay
hot
does.
tot a breakfast delicacy or an afternoon
I think
delight?
it's an anytime delicacy.
Is
It's
it?
basically hash browns, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squished together and popped out like a little tot.
See, I'm a tater tot before noon kind of guy.
tater tot before noon. Afternoon, you know what? For the next afternoon delight debrief, I'm going to bring you tater tots at 12:01
and make you eat them.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Yeah, I bet you would be able to. I bet you'd be
Depends
able
on
to.
how hungry you are. That is
Yeah.
for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, straight fries,
Ooh,
curly
okay.
fries, or crinkle fry.
Yeah, that's a poll question.
It's a great
for
poll
tomorrow,
question.
right?
We'll save it
Caveman
for
Rick
tomorrow.
says tater tots are for kids. Disagree. Hard disagree there.
Well, what's the definition of a kid? You know, legally or in your mind?
Ooh.
So I'm still a kid at heart, so I can eat tater tots.
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Solved.
There we go. Man, busting myths around this.
Right there. Right there. All right.
Hey, I think a lot. This is like so off the subject or whatever.
It's the segment to talk about it, so go for it.
You know, a lot of the self checkout things are being vanished. Have you noticed that?
I did. I did. I heard something on the radio this morning, and then it went away, so I didn't hear the end of it. Something to do with Walmart and their self-checkouts, like they're reopening them or I don't know.
They're just losing so much money.
Yeah, because of the theft.
Yeah, and...
Well, another thing that they're trying to do is start this like Walmart Plus thing, so you would only be able to use the self-checkout.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it really, follow the money. They're losing money, but they're also trying to gain money, which also, I mean, to be losing as much money as you are, your profits still look pretty good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
The line item loss for a Walmart store is a pretty large number. That is,
I can't imagine.
Bring back 24/7 and people will stop stealing.
24/7?
Like 24/7 Walmarts. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I was like, where are we pouring this correlation together from?
But I mean, where could you go these days? There's a few gas stations, but man, like we're 4 years past COVID now, right? Like, can we not get 24/7 something open, right?
Oh, so Walmart's not open 24/7?
No, sir.
Really?
Callaway closes at 11. I'm not sure what time.
I know Pier Park is not for sure.
Yeah,
but
there's no 24/7.
And this one, the one right down the road from us, used to be the one that was open.
Well, maybe Front Beach is. Maybe. I don't think so, though.
We can answer that question here real quick while y'all keep talking.
The 3 a.m. people watching, I guess, is no longer in Walmart. Or that's
when I was in college, like you were bored late at night, you had a couple beverages, you went to Walmart, and then you went to Waffle House, and you went back to your dorm.
Thank you.
You could play full-on basketball games at like 2 o'clock in the morning in there,
You really could.
Yeah, you could.
Or at
really
least
could.
football games. I know I've heard a story from someone who I won't name, but they were working at a store, and they would play hockey in the aisles.
Yes, sir.
11 p.m. Same
11
one right
p.m.,
here.
yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
What's the difference between 10 and 11, too? I mean,
Like 60 minutes, and that's an hour and a half for Jay.
That's true. That's a lot of time. That is a lot of time. There really isn't any 24-hour stores left. Is Buc-ee's 24 hours?
Whataburger. But you can't really get everything that you need.
Whataburger's 24 hours?
Yeah, Whataburger is for sure.
I just learned something new. I guess that's why, man. I get at 9 o'clock. I shut off, man. Like that, I'm done for the day.
You are not the target demographic for the 24 hours.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
24 hours, 7 days a week, nonetheless.
I do enjoy grocery shopping, like on Sunday mornings, though, or whatever, like early Sunday mornings. There's nobody.
You got to go early, though.
Yeah.
Because if you go at like 10 to 7 on a Sunday.
Yeah, everybody's stocking for the week.
My prime time is like 9:30.
9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind going during the day, but sometimes it's just such a cluster that it's like, by the time I'm done dealing with, all of the getting through rigmarole and all that good stuff, I don't even know what I need.
In a minute.
I don't even know what I need.
What's the other
anymore.
one? Boondoggle? What does Keith always say?
Bugaboo.
Bugaboo. You guys
are
just bringing back words I hadn't heard in forever. That is for sure. 24 hours. Man.
Learn something new.
Hadn't thought about that.
I haven't either. Yeah.
That's what this segment's for, though, really. So,
did you know that at Waffle House they didn't before COVID? They didn't have locks on their doors. They were 24/7, so there's no reason to have locks on their doors.
I guess so, yeah.
But we're in a different world.
There could have been a reason to have a lock on the door at some point, though.
Especially
I've seen some videos at Waffle House where they probably wanted to get some out and then lock the door.
But like 15 years ago, there were not doors. I remember looking, there were not locks on the door. I mean, they had no reason to have, they were open all the time. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, no, good point. Yeah. People used to use their front doors open all the time, too.
I got to call myth on this. First, an urban, and so now I've Googled it. I'm calling myth before I've Googled it here.
Yeah.
So let's just read this out loud all together.
I heard
here.
you say urban,
The
though.
first, an urban legend that says there aren't locks on the doors. That's not true because occasionally Waffle Houses have to close in the face of disaster or national emergencies. That would be tough to do without.
Yeah, everybody be going into the Waffle House just hanging out.
Meet me at the Waffle House.
I mean, there's nobody working there, but hey, they're cooking.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Waffle House.
Yeah.
Not that they need any plugs.
No, they don't.
It's a great place.
Yeah, it is.
Great place. How much time we got? Oh, still got 6 minutes.
Uh-oh.
All right, I got another one. High turnout turns dino record attempt into Tyrannosaurus wreck. Not Rex, Tyrannosaurus wreck. This is from May 15th. A Canadian city's attempt to break the Guinness World Records for largest gathering of people dressed as dinosaurs. Like I say when we do these world record things, there is a world record for literally anything out there. Was disqualified due to the unexpectedly high turnout. Travel Drumheller, the tourism organization for the town of Drumheller, Alberta, that's in Canada, Jay, said in a Facebook post that April 27th record attempt in the city's downtown attracted more than 3,000 people in dino dress, but officials could not obtain an exact measurement of participants. Ken Lujan, the marketing manager for Travel Drumheller, said a Guinness World Records adjudicator, it's like adjuster, but judge and adjudicator all in one. Adjudicator was present during the attempt. He recorded 3,000 people through the numbered bracelets or wristbands, which far exceeded what he had originally thought, he told CBS News. She said the photos, or what she thought, she said the photos from the attempt indicate that there have been close to double that number of people, but an accurate count could not be obtained due to the officials being unprepared for such a massive turnout. We weren't entirely prepared for that many people to come, Lujan said. Guinness said there were people that had witnessed leaving the area after they had been wristbanded, so they weren't following what volunteers had told them by staying in the space. They had been all together in the area for 1 solid minute. The attempt was disqualified despite very handedly beating the current world record of 252 people, which was set in Los Angeles back in 2019. Lewin is saying the city is hoping to make the Jurassic Jamboree an annual event and will be better prepared for the next official world record attempt. When we go for the Guinness World Record next time, it's going to be a lot different, Lujan said. We're going to have other processes in place to really help, and we're going to prepare for at least double the number of people.
They were a bit short-handed, just a bit.
Short-handed or short-armed?
Short-armed. Yeah, there you go.
You were close.
Yeah.
You were close. You tossed it up. You bunted it down first baseline.
There you go.
But hey, this sounds like we got an opportunity right now until this town does it again. We only got to beat, what did I say, 259 people? Is that all we got to do? So hey, we can do that right here in Panama City, Panama City Beach.
Need 260 people in the next 10 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah, and you need a dino suit. That's all.
You got one.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that going to fit 260 people?
It'd be tough. It'd be tight, but it stretches. It might rip the stitching, though. It's not the most high quality thing. I had a dino suit and a shark suit.
Yep.
Ooh. Why don't we just break 2 records at one time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people in inflatable animal suits / dinosaurs.
It'd be fun.
And then we could have a fight between the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the shark.
Yes.
In the water or on land, though?
Well, being that we're, finless and whatnot, I would say the land would work a little bit better. 259 people drowning together would not be good.
It's like a show on Dateline, Jay.
Right?
Yeah. Cult leader wearing a shark suit. Anyway.
How about a golf scramble where everybody dresses up in a,
Being a guy who's worn a Tyrannosaurus Rex suit trying to hit a golf ball before, it's very, very difficult. You just don't have the turn and the flexibility you normally have. When your arms are that short, it's tough to hit the ball.
Yeah.
And we got to wait till next year for something like that because it's already way too hot to be wearing.
Oh, yeah. When I did that one golf board video, we did it in July.
Oh,
that was a mistake.
I bet.
It didn't take long at all. It was like zipped up the suit. 3 minutes later, totally drenched, dehydrated for the next 3 weeks.
And you were on the golf board,
And
too.
it was a golf board promo.
Yeah, yeah.
It's coming back around here pretty soon. Don't you worry.
I can't wait.
Imagine being a mascot, Major League Baseball this summer.
Nope. Nope. That's like even when Liam was the Eagle for UA. In that suit for 5 minutes in a gym, no. And that was in the winter. Burning up.
Oof.
But that thing's also thick. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that for anybody.
Hey, if you want to lose some weight or whatever, I'm sure that'd be a great thing to do.
That's exactly what Liam needs, right?
Yeah, wear an eagle suit.
Yeah, right.
That's true. That's what a lot of boxers and wrestlers they'll put the trash bags on and run on the treadmill.
Yeah,
and get some weight just melted off there so you can make weight.
There you go.
All right. When we get back, we'll be joined by Nick Wood from Kitchens Design Group. We're going to talk about everything they got going on, give you a quick update on the PGA Championship. Also, when we get back, you're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdogs.
He's got to get that Bitcoin money back he lost. That $30 million bucks.
Yeah, that FXT money.
Even Gronk was like, "Me know this not real money."
That's why Nikki Glazer.
Thank you.
And that's why that's why he's doing Dunkin' Donut commercials. Got to make up some of that dough.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The remainder of the day, sunny and a temperature of 83 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the southwest. Some clouds tonight, a light breeze and warm near 74. Partly cloudy in the morning, but otherwise a likelihood of thunderstorms and 81 tomorrow. 79 and mostly clouds in the early morning and then definite thunderstorms with a gentle breeze Saturday. This is your Thursday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a place that feels like home right in the heart of Panama City? Well, look no further than Charlie Corm's Place at their new location on 15th Street. Charlie Corm's is not just a place, it's an experience. Imagine cozy corners, friendly faces, and the aroma of delicious dishes that'll make your taste buds dance. From sunrise breakfast to late night bites, Charlie Corm's on 15th Street has it all. Charlie Corm's Place on 15th Street is now offering exclusive weekday lunch specials. Visit Charlie Corm's Place on 15th Street. Look for the giant mural.
Do you suffer from political talk radio fatigue? Then tune into the most fun and exciting new radio show on the Gulf Coast. It's The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I think Red Hot Chili Peppers was one of ours. It was Can't Stop, though, that was in the... I don't know if it made it to the voting or not, but obviously I'm All Right. Or what was the original thing you said it was called? I know we went to Amstel Light, but you said something else.
I thought it was Amstel Light.
No. I think I turned it into Amstel Light.
Oh, man, I can't remember. I can't remember.
Shocking.
Yeah. Am I right? Maybe.
Yes, that might be it.
I don't know.
You're like,
Amstel Light.
Am I right? And then I was like, Amstel Light. And it's, the name of the song is I'm All Right. But
you never know.
We're all right here in the show, and we're excited to have Nick Wood from Kitchens Design Group. Nick, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for
having me. Just get a little closer to that mic.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
And you guys got a big event coming up, right? That's something that's near and dear to your heart?
Yeah, absolutely. So on June 5th, I'm doing a little fundraiser charity kind of run deal for a buddy of mine named Matt Beckett. Matt's unfortunately been struggling with stage 4 melanoma cancer since 2020, and realistically he's just kind of in the fight for his life. And so we're doing a little fundraiser event to bring some people together and kind of bring awareness to people struggling in general, cancer specific in Matt's situation. And so I'm going to kind of do a long run, if you will. I'm going to be running from the Panama City Publix, the Ocean Boulevard Publix, right over the bridge, and then we're going to carry that run all the way to the Destin Bridge and kind of head that direction kind of thing. And I've been blessed to have some really good sponsorships in the local area that are going to be helping fundraiser the event. Kitchen Designs, our company, is obviously one of them. Carrot Top Designs is another company, as well as Ain't Life Cool Cryo and 98 Flooring and Mattress is another sponsors of ours, as well as we're going to have some videographers kind of out there. Derek Robinson with DR Productions is going to be out there doing some drone stuff and some live Facebook updates, and as I kind of traveled the route.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. So if other people wanted to get involved to help out, what's the best way they could do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be posting the route, if you will, in the next week or so, from the start line kind of deal and how we're going to travel down 30A and the whole kind of route. And then we're also going to be having little stops at all the sponsorship locations that are up and down 98. And during those stops, there'll be some food and drinks if anybody would like to kind of stop in and say hello. The sponsors are going to be giving away little gift bags and stuff like that. And so we'll have it kind of mapped out and time frames of when I projected to be kind of passing that area. The event's going to be probably roughly 11 hours for me to kind of truck it along, if you will. I'll be kind of just at a cruising pace, This is more about sustainability versus, a finish time.
Definitely.
And so, I had a really big passion of running over the last 2 years, and I was trying to figure out a good way where I could help my buddy Matt. I'm not in an amazing financial position to donate into a large kind of deal, and so I wanted to really kind of reach out to my connections, the sponsors that I currently have. These are great people who are interested in helping the community, and it's kind of like the people when you get ready to move, right? It's like, who am I going to call to help me in this crazy idea that I have? And so I've been blessed with Tony and Denise Brown with Kitchen Designs, who've really kind of supported me through this and given me the will to kind of run with it. And the sponsorships from everybody has just been a blessing. So we're really looking forward to the event.
Well, that's a great point too. Like, it doesn't have to be something you have to do monetary to help somebody out in their time of need. It can be an idea and a premise where you can get other people the opportunity to get involved. And in this area, we just see so many events that are put together to help people, families, organizations, and it's usually something, it's an event that you can go to too, rather than just donating money to. So, but it sounds like how far are you going to be going running wise?
So if I from point A to point B, if I took 98 all the way down, it's roughly about 37 to 38 miles. But the route that I'm most likely going to be attending, and there's kind of be some stipulations. I have to get some police escorts in certain areas, so that may deter kind of my track, so I'm most likely going to head down 98 and then get on 30A right at like kind of Shades.
Gotcha.
And then take that route all the way down to 393 and then kind of work back up. So there'll be some extra kind of mileage there. So after all said and done, it'll probably be roughly about 45 miles.
Man, that's awesome.
What made you get into running back a couple of years ago?
Man, so I struggled with alcohol really bad for about 6-7 years of my life. And the Lord delivered me from that. And when he did, I got sober, and I fell into just fitness and developing myself. I spent so much time tearing down myself physically, mentally, and I just had a drive and a passion to really kind of be a better human for my wife, for my 3 kids. And so running has always been something I've kind of dabbled in and liked. And so I kind of just went full throttle with it about 2.5 years ago. And it's just been something that it's my meditation time. It's my prayer time in the morning. If you can get out and be successful at the first point of the day, the rest of the day is kind of pretty easy, and so it's a mental challenge for me. Ever since I got sober, I've always been looking on ways to challenge myself to get the best version of myself kind of deal. And I'm just thankful that I found running, and that combined kind of with my passion for the Lord, I've been just trying to kind of mix the two between and really encourage people that sobriety is something that is definitely achievable. And when I can think back to when I was in treatment, and I promised God that if he delivered me from this, that I would spend the rest of my life praising his name and telling his story. And so we're there's a big kind of thing around it. We're going to be praying for healing for Matt and his family, but I've really encouraged on the Facebook page that I put out for people to send in their names and maybe a little story about maybe what they'll be struggling with. And I have a great group, a team of prayer warriors who are going to be praying for those names and people as we kind of go throughout the route. So it is very much about Matt and his family and trying to give him some financial relief in this tough time, but it's also to bring awareness in general. People life in general right now is very me, right? Social media or look at me, this is what I'm doing. And I think if more people kind of look to the left and right and took care of that person before they look to themselves, this world would be a little bit better of a place.
Absolutely.
Couldn't agree more. And man, way to take something that, was a personal struggle and challenge, and now you've overcome it, still going through it, but now using that opportunity to help somebody else in need. And who knows how many more people you're going to help. Who knows how many people you're helping right now just by telling a little bit about your story in the air. And, kudos to you and doing what you're doing. And, if we can help any way to, with your successful run on June 5th, just let us know. We'll be paying attention, and we can share the Facebook page and all that good stuff. Because, anybody can be involved and help out with this.
Absolutely, 100%. And, it's crazy how God works, in my opinion. June 5th is also National Running Day, worldwide kind of thing. And when I was planning this event a couple months back, I was looking for different venues and places where we could set up and kind of have people together. I reached out to a couple of local schools to see if maybe we could use their track and trying to have everybody in the same area kind of thing. But insurance purposes, there were some challenges there. I thought about doing a 5K run, but it took closing down roads and permits and those types of things. So those were some challenges. And then I came across and found out that June 5th was National Running Day, and it just so happens to be my 4-year sobriety date as well. Yeah,
that's congratulations. There's no coincidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So I just really felt like all the pieces kind of fell together. So it's kind of a random Wednesday morning. We'll be starting at about 3:30 in the morning and hopefully finishing about 3 o'clock that afternoon.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
Now, your buddy, is he married? Kids? Kind of give us a little bit of background on him.
Absolutely. So Matt's in his early 40s, an amazing human being. Him and his wife, April, they have 3 amazing kids. One just got into college, and they have 2 younger ones as well. We're going to be holding at 4 o'clock p.m. that same day, June 5th, a kind of meet and greet type thing at 150 Lynn Drive, Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, Kitchen Design Showroom. And so you can be able to meet Matt and his family, and a lot of the sponsorships will be out there. We'll have some food and drinks and kind of just bring some people together, and come in and just be together for the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's great stuff. So where's the best place for people to go to find out information about your route, where you're stopping, some of the places that are involved, during this journey, obviously, that it will be?
Absolutely. So the best probably way would be Facebook. I'm on there as Nick Wood. My account is completely public, so you can go on there. We'll be giving weekly and kind of sometimes daily updates on the route, the stop location. And then again, I will have a team kind of following me at times doing live Facebook updates, so you can kind of track me. There's a great group of a running club down 30A. I may link up with some people down there that may follow us a little while. I have some cool people that will be linking up some parts here and there down 98 and have some really cool success stories and kind of just support me along the way on the run. And then the goal is to reach the Destin Bridge roughly 3 o'clock, 3:30, and then I'll get in a vehicle and travel back to the 4 p.m. event at Kitchen Designs.
Nice. Hopefully with a little bit of energy left.
Man, I may have to take a stop at the hospital on the way, maybe get an IV.
Get you some stuff in there.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's the longest run you've done prior to this?
Yeah, so on my birthday, March 22nd, this past, I did what's called a 50K, 50 kilometers, which is roughly like 32 miles.
Whew.
Yeah, so this is about a half a marathon further of a distance than I've ever done.
Gotcha.
I did the last run in about 8 hours, and so I'm hoping to be able to knock out the rest of the 12, 13 miles kind of in that time frame.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The distance thing is really about fueling and managing your body, because it's not a time race, of course, but your body will fail you at some point in certain areas, and it's just about managing that uncomfortability. And I'm sure I'll have some David Goggins in the headphones to keep me going type thing, but it'll be fun.
Yes, sir.
Well, and there's a lot of people too that, just don't like running.
Yeah.
But running can be, and I heard you say it earlier, you're just, a lot of times it's just you're either listening to music or you're listening to podcasts or whatever it may be, and it can be a very therapeutic thing. And talk about, obviously you're for your friend who's, needs the help, but, you've been through your own struggles, you're coming through the other sides of them. Talk about how running can be therapeutic to an individual.
Yeah, I think about my struggles with alcohol in the past, and the biggest thing that kind of comes to mind, other than maybe, it being labeled as a disease or certain types of things, it was a big accountability thing for me. Was I putting my best foot forward every day? No. Was I putting my faith and trust in God every day? No. What running has done for me is set a discipline every single day, that at 4:30 when that alarm clock goes off, you're working for a purpose. And my biggest why, if you will, on a daily basis is my wife Amber and my three amazing kids, Maddox, Axton, and Lennox. And they're the reason that they stuck with me through that whole very tough time of my life, and I'm just so thankful for that. And so my goal is to be the best version of myself and give that person to the world.
Man, absolutely. I mean, and we all should strive to do that. Everybody has their struggles. Everybody's going to be dealing with something every day. But like you said when we first got into the segment, look what you can do to help, rather than look what you need help with when you wake up. And
That's right.
there's just so many different mindsets out there, and this world is crazy. And it's like you said, it's me, and everybody wants to complain about something. But you know what? We wake up every morning and we're breathing.
Right.
Let's take advantage of it and put our best foot forward. And I love that mentality, and congratulations to you to continuing to live that life every day and doing what you're doing for your friends.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Cool stuff.
It's every day is never promised in anybody's life, regardless of the situation, So it's important we take advantage of that opportunity each day.
Yeah, absolutely. And that we'll hit it one more time. We got about 3 minutes left. Why don't you talk about Kitchen's Design Group a little bit? And, what you guys do and what you offer all across the Panhandle.
Absolutely. So Kitchen Designs is our corporate office is based out of Atlanta. Family-owned business. Tony and Denise Brown, two amazing individuals. They opened up a location down here in Santa Rosa Beach about 5-6 years ago, and then have just been blessed with growing. We have a location in Tennessee, two in Georgia, and then the two locations down here, one in Panama City and one in Santa Rosa Beach. And we provide full service cabinets, countertops, flooring, showers, tiles. We get contractors involved to move walls, plumbing, electrical type thing. But we offer probably the best, and I'm biased, of course, but probably the best, most price competitive, controlled white shaker cabinet in the area that a lot of people use. We're very price competitive with it. It's a full wood construction door, and I think the best thing about it is it's ready and available. Most cabinet companies that you work with, there's an extended lead time to getting certain things. We thankfully stock a lot of our white shaker here in Panama City Beach, as well as in Atlanta, and we have multiple trucks that kind of travel back and forth throughout the week. So we're able to provide material quickly and efficiently. So we're a great company. We got a slab yard here in Santa Rosa Beach that you can walk, touch, feel the slabs, see what they are. And we'd love the opportunity to earn anybody's business if they're looking for anything in that field.
New construction, remodeling, whatever it may be, you guys can handle it.
Kitchens, everything, any type of flooring. Kurt Hattinger heads up our flooring divisions. He's been in the business forever. He's amazing. So we got an expert in each division, if you will, that kind of manages things. So we're set up for success if you'd like to come see us.
Yeah, and best way to find you guys, just come check out the showroom.
Please.
Give us a call, any of those?
Yeah, absolutely. Check us out on Kitchen Designs Facebook. We do weekly updates and promotions and talk about new material that's in and all that good stuff.
Awesome. One more time before the end of our segment, tell everybody about the event you've got coming up on June 5th.
Yeah, absolutely. So June 5th start is Publix Ocean Boulevard in Panama City Beach. Start time's going to be roughly 3:30 a.m. and we'll be traveling from there all the way down 98 to the Destin Bridge. I will have live updates if anybody would like to meet me at any certain checkpoints and join in on a couple miles for the run. We'd love to do so, please message me at Kitchen Designs or at the Facebook page Nick Wood. For anybody struggling, we'd love to have as many names as possible on that prayer list. So please, I encourage you to do that.
Absolutely, and congratulations to you on what you've got going in your life, overcoming some challenges, and you're an inspiration to a lot of people. And now you're taking what you've gotten and helping out another family. So kudos to you. We appreciate you coming on the show with us today. Again, that event will be on June 5th. Check out Nick Wood on Facebook to find out more information. Who knows? Maybe that event can help you as well. Nick, we appreciate your time coming in and hanging out with us for a little bit.
Appreciate
and
that.
Hopefully we'll talk soon. And if I see anybody that needs some work done in their house, I'll certainly send them your way.
Appreciate you guys.
You guys are listening to Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest 4. We'll be back with our final segment of this beautiful Thursday.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Referees, they said it's a fact, and it's a proven fact, that you get more calls at home.
Any coach complaining about the officiating over the weekend? Felt like that's what everybody was doing prior to the weekend. Rick Carlisle, okay? Now, if I'm Rick Carlisle, don't stop. Like you won, don't stop.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hello, this is Rick Vossen with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore portable building dealer, Panama City.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
Paid for by Steel Man Pills. 800-605-1682. 800-605-1682. 800-605-1682. That's 800-605-1682.
We're starting fresh.
Fresh new start. Locally sourced, Farm to Radio. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is live and local. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. On ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, Jay Henley, wearing the baby blue hat and baby blue shorts, looking good today on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. You've got some lessons coming up this afternoon?
No, we're
good. Yeah, I was going to say, I hope you don't, because your family's in town.
Yeah.
Peyton's got her valedictorian speech going on at 5 p.m., and you got a big basketball game coming up.
Yes, sir.
You won on Monday.
Yep, 34-15.
Just in case anybody forgot.
And got our last one, and not sure if we're going to be doing any of the postseason.
No, you'll be in the postseason. Don't worry.
How many wins you got?
We've got one.
Absolutely denied.
I'm pretty sure they all get in. Hey, but you might be able to win depending on how many teams. Like I said, they usually do an upper and a lower bracket for playoffs. So it'd be cool. You can be the lower division champions.
We'll see. It's
a trophy's a banner is a banner.
A banner is a banner, and it's been interesting to see how the players come in, and are they bringing the heat for that particular game.
And we talk about this a lot.
It's so crucial. I mean, it's like, you get that vibe of if the players are in it or if they're not. And I've been able to kind of like observe throughout the season and figure out if we're going to play well or if we're not going to play so well before the tip-off.
Yeah, you can tell a lot about it, especially with youth teams, younger youth teams. What's their focus? How's their attitude? Are they ready to play, or are they, there to twiddle their thumbs and go home afterwards? But now you've won a game, so the expectation expectations are a little bit higher. So you can't let that get to their head. You got to keep them grounded.
That's right.
And stay focused.
Yep. You can't get too, that's right. We've talked about this.
We have. It's like Michael Block.
Yeah.
He did well. He finished, top 10 the PGA last year. Comes back this year, and he fires a little opening round 78. So he expected to play good again, but that not necessarily is always the reality.
It is, yeah. And you got to come back down from that.
Nothing changed. Nothing changed. You just got a dub under your belt. That's all. You still got to work on the fundamentals, the aggressiveness, all that stuff. David, I thought you were going to say something.
I was just going to say chip off the old block. That's all.
There you go. Nice. It's a pun, Jay.
We call that arousal performance.
You've been waiting all week.
I know.
to
I
say
have.
that.
But in the coaching world, you get too victorious, and you get not, you're going to get humbled at some point.
Oh, I've seen it.
But that arousal performance and that win will arouse your players. Like it will, and you have to.
Yeah, don't let it get too high up there.
Nope.
Got to keep it down.
I'm reading my stuff, Ryan. I'm reading it.
You keep reading, because I have no idea what you're talking about. But no, I mean it's a good point. A team like what year did the Patriots go undefeated and then they lost in the Super Bowl? Maybe they had a little arousal performance.
Anxiety.
Yeah. So it's arousal performance anxiety, or where are we going?
Let's just call it arousal performance. Yeah, arousal performance relationship. Let's just call it that. Yeah,
So this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Or is this, it could go either way.
You got to check your emotions.
Or it could go down.
Yeah, you got to check your emotions.
Okay. Got to keep your emotions in check.
You do.
Can't let them get too high. Can't let them get too low.
That's right.
And whose job is that?
That is coach.
That is.
That's coach.
So you got a big task on your shoulder. It's a big afternoon for the Henley family.
It is indeed.
You got graduation valedictorians. You got a big basketball game.
Yeah. We'll see.
Just a game.
Don't let that arousal performance set in now, Jay, okay?
Yes, especially not on the court.
That's right.
All right, quick update for the PGA Championship. Xander Schauffele's round is over. Fired a tying record major championship. Tied himself and, I forget the two others I mentioned earlier, 62 there. 62 to open up the PGA Championship. Tony Finau, which is a name we haven't really talked about all week. He's 6 under par through 15 holes, currently tied for second. Speaking of performance arousal or arousal performance, whatever it may be, Rory McIlroy fires an opening round 66, fresh off his Quail Hollow victory and filing for divorce.
Yeah.
Opening round 66.
He's sitting in the catbird seat.
What is the catbird seat?
That means that you're next to all right, hold on.
Thank you, David.
You're on the.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'll look it up.
I was typing.
Hold on.
I need to look up.
No, it's okay.
You're on the on deck circle. You're in the on deck circle, waiting to hit, like in baseball.
What he said? The catbird seat.
Catbird.
Oh, the catbird
seat.
seat.
What does the catbird seat officially mean?
I like the on deck circle.
You're next
not very
in line.
familiar with that statement.
Yeah.
There's been a few statements today that I hadn't heard, like Salisbury steak. All right. Definition of in a superior or advantageous position. On deck circle. Close.
Yeah, kind of, because you're getting to take a little look at the pick.
Time the pitches up, kids.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the pitcher. Time them up.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Watch the pitcher throw and pretend to hit the ball.
There you go.
Yeah.
I remember doing
and
that.
they'll get too aroused.
Yeah.
The catbird seat, Salisbury steak, performance arousal. You just got it all today. It's been a week, Jay. We got one more day to go. I know. It feels like once we hit that 1 year anniversary, the rest is history. That's Mike Bagley.
Hey, that's right.
Catbird seat. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rory McIlroy tied for 5 under par with Robert McIntyre. Ben Cole shot 67 -4. Adam Hadwin in the house at 68. Martin Keimer also with a 68. Cam Smith on the last hole. He is 3 under par. Your boy Victor Hovland -3 through 17. Look who's coming up the board with 2 holes to go. Nothing too flashy, but Brooks Koepka just made an eagle on his 16th hole today, the 7th hole on the golf course, to get to -3 with 2 to play.
If he gets in the lead, he's
Well, he's got a long way to go because currently a good start yesterday for Xander getting out early. But, it means he's going to have to go out in the afternoon tomorrow, and that's when the rain's really supposed to come in. So we shall see. But the PGA Championship is well underway. A lot of people still have not teed off in the PGA Championship, including the defending Masters champion Scotty Scheffler. But, hey, a lot of stuff going on, and it's a big field, and there is a cut in this one. So excited to see how that all shakes out. Jay, did you pick the NHL game last night?
Who played? Did Boston play last night?
No, but Crystal Ball did. Or the guy asked for it. Yeah, but you know what he did wrong? Let me find our little group.
Oh, it was Dallas and Colorado.
It was.
Last
Look
night.
at this.
Yeah,
he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Here's the problem though on what happened with the crystal ball. Let me find it.
The crystal puck.
The crystal puck.
Yeah.
Sorry. The person asking, Marty from Boston, consulted the crystal puck, but the problem is he said, "Okay, who's got the dub tonight? Stars or Avs?" And you said, "I like Dallas here." But before you said that, I said, please ask appropriately. He didn't ask the crystal puck appropriately to start it. So he came back with the appropriate, "Oh, great crystal puck. Which hockey team will be victorious on fine evening?" Well, because he didn't start with that, guess who won last night?
Oh, the Avalanche.
The Avalanche won. So I'm going to
Oh.
give the crystal puck a pass on this one because the person asking the crystal puck did not follow proper crystal puck protocol.
That's right.
But yes, the Avalanche did win with 3 goals in the third period, 5-3. Dallas now has a 3-2 series lead, heading back to Colorado to try to finish the series off there on the road. Or can the Avs tie it up and force a Game 7 back down there in Dallas? 2 NHL games tonight. Hopefully, Marty from Boston will consult the crystal puck in the correct way prior to asking who's going to win. But the Rangers and the Hurricanes, Rangers again, they had a 3-0 lead. Carolina can tie the series up tonight in Carolina. They're currently favored. They are minus 160 to win that one. If they win that, they'll go back to New York, and New York's got a chance to close out the series. But we talked about it earlier this week. Doesn't happen very often, but the Rangers could end up being one of those teams that lost a 3-0 series lead in the playoffs, which has happened in the NHL more than any other professional sport. And there's only other one sport that's having to happen, and that's Major League Baseball. Do you remember which team?
Yeah.
It was just a few days ago.
I know. Was it the Yankees?
The Yankees were involved.
The Yankees were involved, yes.
They were the team with the 3-0 lead.
With the Red Sox.
There you go.
Yeah,
See,
do remember
MLB and NHL, the 2 only professional sports leagues where that has happened. Who do you got in that game tonight, Jay?
Let's see. We're going Dallas, Colorado.
No.
Oh, what game are we talking about?
Rangers and
Rangers. Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
Let's
They're going
go
to close out the series tonight.
Yep.
Move on to the Eastern Conference Final.
That's the crystal puck.
That is the crystal puck. I like it. All right. The late night game over there in Vancouver, the 2 Canadian teams. You got the Oilers and the Canucks. That series is tied 2-2. Who's going to get the dub in that one?
Let's go Oilers.
Got the Oilers in that.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going Rangers, Oilers. So that means Edmonton will go back home to Edmonton to have a chance to close out that series.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we got 2 games tomorrow night. Boston does not have it. They got a two off night situation going on, so they don't play again till tomorrow night. So we'll dive into that later on. So you went Rangers and Oilers.
Yep.
All right.
How about you?
I think the Hurricanes are going to win tonight in Raleigh, and then, like you said, with Boston winning in Game 7, I think the Rangers will win in Game 7 back in MSG.
All right.
If they don't, I will be shocked.
Yeah.
Now, I hate the Rangers, so go Hurricanes. But I was kind of rooting for the Rangers a little bit because I love streaks and records. So I was hoping they were going to win 8 straight, but they didn't. It's tough.
Yeah.
Hockey is just, and hockey's proven in history that holding that 3-0 series lead, it's only happened 2% of the time, but 4 times it has happened where you come back.
Substitutions, I would think, are a big thing in hockey, right?
Yeah, it's like paramount.
Yeah.
Substitutions. Yeah.
Substitution.
Yeah. 45 seconds. You're off. It's called a line change.
45 seconds?
Typically.
Wow.
Think about sprinting as hard as you can, wearing like 40 pounds of equipment while you're on ice, getting beat up
I couldn't last a second.
Yeah, that's why. And sometimes shifts are longer on the power play or the penalty kill because you just logistically can't change. And then typically in the second period is when you have the long change, which means your bench is not near your attacking zone. It's on the opposite side. So you got to go longer to change. But typically, 45 seconds to a minute, it's a normal NHL shift. It may even be shorter than that. But you typically carry 4 offensive lines, which your offensive line is your center, your right wing, and your left wing. You got 4 of those. And then you typically have 3 defensive pairings, and you may have an extra defenseman that rotates in there, and then you have your power play line, your penalty kill line, and all that good stuff. So yes, substitutions, probably one of the most important things in hockey. So they're not out there playing the whole game.
This is the opposite of Nick's marathon run. This is a sprint.
Yeah. Oh, it's constant sprint.
Yeah.
Constant sprint. Very physical. But yeah, good question. Look, you've learned so much about hockey this year.
I feel like I'm getting close. I feel like
I think you're always going to be getting close.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever going to get there.
I don't think I'm ever going to.
But hey,
either.
We don't want you to get there.
No.
It's more fun when you're not.
Yeah.
All right, switching over to the NBA side last night. Speaking of Boston teams, the Boston Celtics closed out the Cleveland Cavaliers at home, winning that series 4-1, 113-98. Jason Tatum almost had a triple-double with 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. But they're closing out the series and awaiting the winner of the Pacers and why am I drawing a blank, who the Pacers are playing?
Knicks.
The Knicks, which I think the Knicks have a chance, not tonight, but tomorrow night to close that. Or are they already closed out the series, the Knicks? No. Do they not play again until...
You know how it gets a little wonky.
Yeah, it is wonky. Yeah, they don't play again until Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Golly, they're trying to get the Knicks. That's all it is.
That's what it looks like. It's at home. Yeah, they have a chance to close out the series.
Put me on the line with Adam Silver right now.
Yeah,
That's
hey,
it.
Jay, dial it up.
That alien.
I don't even know who Adam Silver is.
Commissioner of the NBA.
Oh, okay.
Now you do.
Yep.
Do you know who the commissioner of the NHL is?
Yeah, right.
Gary Bettman.
Gary Bevan.
Bettman. We'll go with Bevan, though. I like that better.
Friends with Otani.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bettman. Yes, there you go. All right, so back now I got to go all the way back to Wednesday. I can't believe
Who's the commissioner of the PGA Tour?
Jay Monahan.
Okay.
He shouldn't be.
Yeah. Right.
Who's the commissioner of the Live Tour?
Greg Norman?
There you go. CEO. Yeah, same thing. Who's the commissioner of Major League Baseball?
Oh. Man. Do you know it?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh, I want it. Oh.
Robert Manfred.
Oh, right on the tip of my tongue.
Right on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else is there? Who's the commissioner of NASCAR?
Oh, well, we learned France, France,
the country?
Well,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the family France was huge.
Real quick, the Mavs beat the Thunder to take a 3-2 series lead. They're going to be going home with a chance to close out SGA and... No, I was going to say Knicks. David, Keith's boy from Georgia, got a chance to close him out as well.
There you go.
All right, tonight's game, NBA, real quick. We only got a couple seconds left. There's only one game, so it doesn't take a lot. The Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
Nuggets
to close out the series?
No, take that back. Timberwolves.
Okay,
Timberwolves,
so they're going to force a Game 7 going back to Denver.
Yep.
I like Denver closing it out.
I think so, too. That's going to be 4 straight if it does happen. I think Anthony Edwards and the whole crew there, they got excited those first couple games, and then they just lost it in Denver's. If Jokic plays again like he played the 2 nights ago, I think it's going to be tough for him to win.
Blame Shaq.
Yeah, no, definitely blame Shaq. And I think all those guys are gone, right? Because TNT's not going to be having the NBA. It's
still
switching to some kind of other
but
channel.
yeah, it's all about the television rights, man. That's what it's coming down to. So that could be, because Ernie Johnson's not going to leave TNT, so who knows what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
Boo.
There you go. All right, don't forget, Bozeman Bucks playing for a state championship to come back here to Bay County, going against Jay. 3 p.m. our time, 4 p.m. in the Eastern time zone down there in Fort Myers. Good luck to the Bozeman Bucks. Coming up this afternoon, you got the Afternoon Underdogs at 4 p.m., hosted by our very own DJ Davey Crockett. One more time before we go, congratulations to Peyton on being valedictorian. Good luck with your game and her speech tonight. You guys are listening to The Inside Drive. Hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. We'll do it one more time tomorrow. Y'all take care.
ESPN Northwest Florida, your home for Mike Greenberg.
I would not have my daughter call me Mike.
Right.
She calls me Dad.
But your nephew says Uncle Michael.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.